Tonight, we take a look at the battle for student loan forgiveness. The Biden administration's plan remains in legal limbo, but millions of Americans are coming up on a deadline next week in order to get their applications in for a program that forgives student loans for public service workers. This week, the Education Department announced plans to try to make permanent fixes to the program. ABC's Karen Travers spoke with some of the doctors, teachers, and nonprofit workers across the country trying to navigate this application process in the hopes of getting some financial relief.
Megan Hollis is a primary care doctor at a community health center in Washington, D.C.
The big reason that I chose to come and work here was just the values and the mission-driven nature of what we do.
A graduate of Georgetown University and its medical school, by the time she started her residency, Hollis had racked up an incredible amount of student debt.
It's hundreds of thousands, yeah.
Yep.
Facing a daunting repayment journey, Hollis learned about a federal program called Public Service Loan Forgiveness, or PSLF.
The only way for me personally I was able to even consider a job in community health was because of the Public Service Loan Forgiveness program.
PSLF allows people who work in public sector jobs, such as government employees, nonprofit workers, and teachers, to apply to have their federal loans forgiven after 10 years of consistent payments. Estimates show that over 9 million Americans could be eligible for student loan forgiveness under this program. But due to a very complicated process, it's been nearly impossible to get loan forgiveness through the program. A 2018 government accountability report found that out of more than 19,000 people who applied for forgiveness, only 55 were granted it. The Biden administration moved to fix that, implementing a waiver in 2021 to loosen some eligibility requirements.
Since I've been in office, more than 175,000 teachers, nurses, police officers have been able to get over $10 billion in loan forgiveness so far through this program.
It wasn't until this waiver was put in place that Twyla Carter, attorney-in-chief at the Legal Aid Society in New York, was eligible for federal loan forgiveness. But Carter still described a tricky process to finally get the relief she was entitled to.
You don't hear anything, and then you do. And, if your forms are wrong or if something's missing along the way, you don't know about it until months later, et cetera. So it's a really stressful process.
The Biden administration has touted the success of the waiver, but it's set to expire on October 31st. The Education Department announcing this week it will move to extend a number of benefits for some eligible borrowers. We spoke to people across the country who have applied for relief under this program to hear how it impacted their careers and financial decisions. For many workers, it means finally being able to buy a house or put money away for their kids' own college education, or just get a little bit of financial breathing room. Christy Saucedo has worked in education for more than 20 years. A special education teacher, Saucedo has applied for debt forgiveness in the past, but it wasn't until the Biden waiver was put in place that she saw a zero balance on her student loans.
I reapplied and I didn't hold my breath because I'm very pessimistic. When I went on the website, it said balance owed zero, and I couldn't believe it.
English as a second language teacher Andrew Reed has also worked in public schools for more than 2 decades. He now works 2 jobs so he can put extra money in his son's college fund while also making his monthly student loan payments.
My wife and I are going to be paying make these loan payments well and after we retire. And that's just the reality of the situation.
His PSLF application is in limbo.
They sell it as a really basic, broad, simple plan. And it's almost like after they say it, they go back and they say, okay, let's draw up all the exclusions we can to try to exclude as many people as we can.
And with the clock ticking to that waiver deadline, Megan Hollis is now dealing with an unexpected twist. A notice in the mail stating that she was ineligible for the program.
I paid my minimum payment so that, as much as possible can be forgiven. But that's meant that with interest, I actually, as of today, owe more than I did when I left medical school.
But Hollis is disputing the rejection, saying she's confident she is eligible and still hoping to see a zero balance on her federal student loan payments. And if that moment happens...
Tears, lots of champagne and cheers.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.